So you went to watch Black Adam with your friends and families. During the interval, you decided to check out on some popcorns. To the cash counter, the beautiful lady in yellow t-shirt offers you 3 different options of popcorn. Option A, a small one for $3. Option B, a medium one for $6.50, and option C, a large one for $7. Take 5 seconds and choose your option. Alright, so I am almost certain that you must have chosen option C as the best alternative. Now let me remove option B from the scene. Now you have to choose among option A and option C. Which one will you choose? If not all of you, then some of you must have shifted from option C to option A, that is to the smaller one. What just happened right now? Beautiful people, this is called the decoy effect. So what does decoy mean? Decoy means any object or person that you use in order to trick somebody or someone into doing something that you want them to do. So here in our example of popcorn, which many theater houses do, option B acted as a decoy for the other 2 options. Without option B, some people would choose A, some people would choose option C. But with the introduction of option B in the segment and its price being very close to that of option C, it made option C seems to be a better alternative than the other 2. And you will find a ton of examples in your surrounding. Many companies and brands practice this to get their way around. But this popcorn example is the worst of them all. It is the most cliched one, yet the most terrible example that one could give for the decoy effect. And there are 2 reasons why I am saying this. Number 1, the popcorn example gives you a very direct sense that the decoy effect is the most deceptive and the most treacherous practice that marketeers follow, but it's not. See, as a marketeer or a business owner or as a student in this field, you should not look at any well-established theory from a negative point of view. So when you are inculcating any decoy effect element in your product line, you should not do it with a sinister mindset like, let me eat all the customer, let me deceive everyone. Rather, it should be curated to provide some value to the customers. Always care for your customers. And this leads us to the second reason. This popcorn practice that many cinema houses follow does not provide any value at any option level whatsoever. Just look at the 3 options once again. If you pick option A, that is a small one, you are just overpaying for that amount of popcorn. There is no way you're gonna take option B because it's a decoy for the rest of the options. And option C is just an extension of option A. You are just overpaying for some extra amount of popcorn. And you might not be looking for a large one anyway. So unless you are rich, none of the options will give you any satisfaction. So when I go to watch a movie with my friends, we all have a mutual pact that we won't be buying anything during the interval, and when the movie is over, we'll hit the nearest McD and have a burger. But the decoy effect does not seem to leave us anytime soon. Now, a fun fact about McDonald's as well. When you go to McDonald's, you can buy a burger, cold drink, and a pack of fries individually. But they also offer something called a value pack. And most of the time, you'll end up buying a value meal. In a value meal, you are offered a club together options of a burger, a cold drink, and a pack of fries. And it costs relatively cheaper to you. Now, this is a perfect example of inculcating decoy effect into marketing strategy. So MACD is fulfilling 2 of their agendas over here. 1, they are making the idea of purchasing single individual items seems futile, as their value meal is actually providing more value, and it is also a win-win situation for the customers, as customers no longer have to pay for each items individually. They can rather get this value meal, a club together option, and pay relatively less amount. And number 2, MACD is also ensuring that customers who could have just bought 1 item or 2 items now prefer value meal over these options. So they are basically enticing customers to shift from any other options to purchasing a value meal. So now let's try to understand what actually happens in your mind. Why actually you choose an option which you may not want. How actually this decoy effect influence your decision making. So let's try to understand. Your human mind doesn't comes with a value measuring meter. So for example, if you are an automobile enthusiast, you will relate more with this example. We all know for the fact that a certain model of Mercedes or BMW comes in a certain price range, all right? But what if I present you a car and in no way you can recognize the brand of that car? There is no logo, you just cannot recognize which brand it actually belongs to. So if I present you that car, how will you measure the value of that car? Well, you cannot, unless you are an automobile expert. You cannot come out with a proper explanation or the technical know-how of what actually that car should be valued at. All right. But if I present you 3 other cars of the similar nature, then if I asked you to choose one of them, what you will do, you will relatively judge all the 3 cars. You look at the colors, you look at the features, the driving experience, the materials used, and at the end you will come up with a better alternative. So this is how a human mind actually functions. You do not think in technical ways, you do not judge logically. When you are presented with 2 or 3 options, you always look at the relative best factors and choose the best alternative out of the options that you are presented with. And it is not just related with the products. You do it on a day-to-day basis. It actually happens when you are choosing your favorite political party or your political leader. I'll not take an example over here, but don't you always choose the best alternative rather than talking about the technicalities and logical, and you also use it in your relationships? Like, you always go for the best alternative possible, don't you? So jokes aside, it is really imperative to know that these brands and companies actually take advantage of this small and subtle human behavior and influence their sales and influence your decision making as well. So before jumping on to the key lessons that we have learned from this, let's play a very fun and small simulation game. So let's hypothetically assume that I am a business owner and I am selling bets of a certain size, and I'll be giving you 3 options and you have to choose one. One of them will be a decoy one. So let's see how I am gonna inculcate decoy effect into this pricing and marketing strategy. So option A, the lowest price segment, a bed built with basic quality of wood used and no mattresses is provided with it. It is priced at $100. Let's come to option C, offered a premium quality bed. There is also a compartment in between that can be used as a storage space, and a 6-inch mattress, which is a high quality premium mattress, is provided. It is priced at $200. At this point, I have created a bipolar market segment for me. Some people will choose option A, some people will choose option C. But now I will introduce a decoy product, that is option B, to make sure that I can channel some portion of the people who are choosing option A at the moment towards option C. The furniture, the wood material used is of decent quality, not premium, not basic like option A. There is also a compartment segment in the bed which can be used as a storage space. Price will be $170. So now, keeping the 3 options in mind, let's talk about the key lessons that you will take away from this video. So when you are going to inculcate decoy effect element into your marketing strategy, you have to make sure of these 2 things. A, value proposition. You've got to make sure that all the 3 options or any alternatives that you are going to provide to the customers actually serves some value. Now in our example, if you pick option A or option B or even option C, you will gain some value out of each of the options. There will be some people who will still consider option A because for them they just need a basic bed. Premiumness of the material is not a matter of concern for them. Even if I would present these three options in front of my father, I'm damn sure he will be choosing option B. Premium material that option C is providing is not of a concern, and he will not look at option A because there are certain disadvantages that he might consider. So he will definitely be choosing option B. And if I present these three options to my frugal uncle, he will definitely be choosing A. He'd be like, why do I need a bed with compartment or premium materials? Like, what I have to do with a bed? I would just sleep on the bed, or what else I could do on a bed? There will be people who have had only option A and C before the introduction of option B. Now you have kind of channeled these people from option A to option C by introducing a decoy element, which has made the option C seems to be the best alternative out of the three. So every customers in all the three segments will attain some value. And lesson B is pricing. So you have to make sure that the pricing for each options are justified. Although the option B that you will be introducing as a decoy option should be in such a manner that promotes option C more than other options, but you have to make sure that for all the three options the prices are justified. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope you liked it. Share this amazing piece of content with your friends and families. Let me know of some decoy marketing strategies that you might have come across recently in the comment section. I will read them out and it's going to be a great discussion. Till then, I'll leave you with three options. Option A, you can just like this video and go away. Option B, you can like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of the future amazing videos and you guarantee your success in life. And option C, you like the video, you subscribe to the channel and you follow me on LinkedIn so that we can build a long-term connection. And now option A and option B are the decoys, so you can just leave them out. Choose option C. Option B is also great. Bye bye, take care.